If there's one thing we can say for certain about celebrities, it's that just about anything they do can get real messy real fast, including the fight for their children. And of course, when something so precious is being fought for, rich and famous celebrities will pull all their punches and do whatever it takes to win the battle. And today on IO, I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 messiest celebrity custody battles. I'm Mackenzie, you're watching InformOverload, and let's get into it. Starting off at number 10, we have Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Everything about this entire relationship was messy. So of course, the custody battle had to be as well. When the pair split, Angelina requested full custody, but a judge ruled in June of 2018 that not having a relationship with their father would be harmful to the children. The pair had joint custody for a summer, except for Maddox, who was fully Angelina's. But then in an insane move, Angelina took all 6 of the kids away, fearing for their well-being, according to E! News, with her accusing Brad of being violent with the children. As a result of that, Brad was forced to enter rehab. Then there were issues surrounding child support. In 2018, Angelina requested more from Brad, but he responded by saying it was unnecessary, as he had already paid her $8 million to get a home with the kids and another $1.3 million for the quote benefit of the minor children. Jolie's camp responded by saying that Pitt's response to the August 2018 request was a quote blatant attempt to obfuscate the truth and distract from the truth that he has not fully met his legal obligations to support the children. But thankfully, as time went on, the pair were able to work things out, and now Angelina still has custody a majority of the time, but the kids are allowed to stay overnight at Brad's place. And at number 9, Britney Spears and Kevin Federline. This couple had a very fast rise and then a hard fall, where their relationship fell apart as fast as it happened. Their divorce was finalized in 2007, and it led to a custody battle so bad that Britney refused to hand over her sons to Federline. And that turned into a 4-hour standoff with the cops, where she was forced to hand him over. But after that, things seemed to be going well for a while, until Britney scored her Las Vegas residency. And because she was raking in the fat dough, Federline took her back to court and demanded more money. At the time, he was getting $20,000 a month, which I think is more than enough for both kids. But he apparently wanted 3 times more. A little greedy. As reported by ET Online, Spears added thousands a month to their agreement, but not even close to 3 times as much. In at number 8, Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna. This relationship seemed to be just as messy off screen as it was on their reality show, and it got even messier because of a custody battle over their daughter Dream. It got really bad when Chyna had a fight at Six Flags with Dream, according to In Touch. And of course, after something like that, Rob requested full custody. The long legal battle concluded with a document getting written up that clearly stated what Chyna could and could not do in front of Dream. And in terms of the money, because I don't think either of them makes an insane amount, they share the burden equally. Initially, Rob was paying Chyna $20,000 a month, but then it was altered to $0, probably after Rob quit the show. It was also decided that Rob will get custody of Dream most of the time, and according to Us Weekly, even Chyna's mom agreed that he should get more time. In at number 7, Ciara and Future. Ciara is actually raising her and Future's son, Future Zahar, with her current husband. This was after Ciara declared that her ex Future was a quote bad parent, with one document on the matter saying that he doesn't spend any time with his kids, and he apparently missed 37% of his scheduled visits. And Future would apparently just drop off his son at relatives' houses when he was supposed to be watching him. She also stated that flying all over the country to see his father was causing him health issues. At the time, Future was paying $15,000 a month in child support, but then some more drama happened, and Ciara ended up suing Future for $15 million because comments he made about her were slander and libel. The suit was dropped, and Us Weekly detailed that the pair have reached an agreement that has Ciara spending most of the time with their child in Seattle with Wilson. And at number 6, Denise Richards and Charlie Sheen. Yet another very messy relationship, and I watched the last few seasons of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, so I know that Denise really took a lot of crap. The couple were married for 3 years, but their divorce and custody battles were on another level. Access Hollywood reported that during the divorce, Richard claimed that Sheen physically abused her, along with him being unfaithful and addicted to explicit videos. And because of all those things, she told the courts that she didn't think her daughters would be safe with Sheen. When Sheen married Brooke Mueller, things got worse, as both Brooke and Charlie had substance issues, and Denise didn't want her kids around either. And crazy enough, when both Charlie and Brooke needed to go to rehab, they actually gave custody to Richards. And at number 5, John and Kate Gosselin. Do you guys remember John and Kate Plus 8? Well, the parents of that show had a tumultuous relationship that ended in divorce. And of course, there were arguments over who would get the children. Upon their divorce being made final, the pair were ordered to share custody of their kids. But after Kate joined Dancing with the Stars, John filed for primary custody. But nothing changed, and the kids were given fully to their mother, with their father getting visitation rights. But over the years, everything has not been peachy. There was one incident in August of 2017 where there was a fight at their orthodontist, and one of the daughters tried to go home with John and not Kate like they were supposed supposed to. Then in an interview with Entertainment Tonight, Jon Gosselin said, quote, "I've been fighting for 10 years and I will keep fighting for as long as I have to." And he later ended up winning temporary sole custody of his son, Colin Gosselin. Hannah Gosselin is now also able to live with her father too. And at number 4, Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. This one was especially messy because the substance abuse of both parties played a large role in the battle. Throughout the custody hearing, Anderson accused Lee of not being the best parent as he was, quote, "a danger to others, especially while inebriated." He fought back saying that that was not true and that she was airing out dirty laundry to get custody. After some fighting, Tommy Lee sobered up and they were able to make a joint custody agreement. The only hiccup they had was when one of their sons, Brandon, punched his dad in the face after he had been drinking. But that one didn't affect custody as he's an adult when that happened. Just thought I'd throw that in. And at number 3, Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger. This divorce is actually called one of the nastiest of all times. And it of course trickled down to the kids. The pair fought for their daughter Ireland after their 2001 divorce. And after 3 years of fighting, they decided on joint custody. But it didn't end up that way, as Alec accused Kim of not making Ireland available to him during his court-appointed time. This all led to the infamous phone message that was allegedly leaked by Kim, where Alec called his daughter Ireland a, quote, "rude, thoughtless little pig" for not answering his call, along with a lot of other crap. It was like a 3-minute voice message. It was insane. After all the outrage, he blamed the outburst on the custody battle. And if you haven't heard the voice message yet, I mean, you can search it up on YouTube. And she was only 12 when it happened. Just insanity. And at number 2, Woody Allen and Mia Farrow. This case is just nasty. But Woody Allen and Mia Farrow entered into a nasty custody battle after Mia discovered that Woody Allen was having an affair with her 21-year-old adopted daughter, Soon Yi. Mia understandably filed for custody of the 3 children, as well as accusing Woody of sexual abuse of their children. A judge ruled that Woody was a, quote, "uninterested father" and granted Mia full custody of the kids. Then Woody and Soon Yi went on to get married, and they've been married since 1997. And at number 1, Janet Jackson and Wissam Al-Mana. Janet Jackson was willing to share custody of her son, Issa, with their father. However, when she learned that the father wanted to raise the child in his home country of Qatar, she fought for sole custody. Jackson even called the police at one point when she received a worried phone call from a nanny who was at her ex's home and concerned for her son's safety. The couple split after their son was just 3 months old, and she was willing to give joint custody, but there was that cultural issue. Al-Mana wanted to raise his son with Arab values, but Jackson wanted the boy to have a Western upbringing. And things got so tense at one point that a source said, quote, "they literally can't be in the same room together." Alright guys, so that's for the list. Let me know what you're thinking about it down below. Was there any that I missed, or more details that I didn't include that you want to share maybe in the comments below? But before I head out, I'm going to shout out some comments from my Jake Paul Exposed video. One user said, "he reminds me of a bully in a 90s teen flick." I mean, he really does look like that, doesn't he? Then Rose Pond said, "why does Jake look like he's going through a midlife crisis in all his recent photos? Any videos I see of him, you guys see it too, right?" Yeah, no, I definitely get what you're saying. I feel like he's trying to be like different like personalities every year. Like he's just trying to like totally change himself. Maybe it's the Disney curse. I mean, he was on the Disney show and I feel like he's making that total 180 now. Then Patricia said, "I'm curious as to the age and area of the world where the majority of his fans are at. I want to see a real boxer take on Jake. His entitlement needs to be put in check." Honestly, same. Like, who watches Jake Paul anymore? Like, I know he still has fans, but like, who? Like, are their parents, why are their parents letting them watch him? He's awful. Also, I would love to see him get knocked out. That's the only reason I watch his fights, just to like see him finally get hit. When he fights a real boxer, it's probably gonna happen. Alright guys, that is all for the list today. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you made it all the way here, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you liked and want to see some more. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and I'll catch you all in the next one.